Shut up.
We have a lot of content for the show.
You do?
Yeah.
I got a bunch too, so this might be a good one.
You got a buttload.
I got a pant load, Chet.
The curtain's open. Who wants to do it? Not it.
Not it.
Used to be the king at that fucking game.
Don't do that. It's douchey.
So's your face.
New microphone, Bosh.
Oh yeah?
I use it all vacation. It fucking rules.
Does it? It
Yeah,
works
it's
well?
great. Yeah. Way better than the on camera, and it was only $100.
All right.
What?
How we doing?
Do you want me to start talking about skateboards? Because I will.
Fucking burn you.
Alrighty. Come on! I'm sharing.
This is going great.
Will your computer play this well? There's 2 videos on here. They're not very high quality.
Yeah, it'll most likely do the job.
It's more about the audio.
What is that? Oh, that's kind of cool. And away we go.
This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Gonna be fabulous.
I shit and there was no toilet paper, so I just took a shower.
Well, there's a year in therapy if you Google it real quick.
The mole sauce that Brooke makes is a vegetarian.
You got another guy staring down your dirt star for a couple hours.
How the fuck is having a clean asshole weird?
How you doing, fellas? How are the hot dogs?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I was deciding what shoes to wear to a radio show.
You cannot go cheap when it comes to Ross. Oh yeah, out the diaper, up the back.
I fell in the toilet and I had to take a shower afterwards.
You guys need to get your shit together.
I hate you guys. You're terrible.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Last minute volume tweaks. All right. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Great.
Sleepy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sleepy.
I'm not sleepy.
I'm sleepy.
Why?
I don't know.
I was at the beach all day, so.
Yeah, I can tell by your forehead.
I got there and I was just like, fuck this shit. Every time I go to the beach, I put on like SPF 30 and I don't get any color. So I put on SPF 15 and my entire body is burned.
I wear SPF 70 all the time.
I'm in complete pain right now.
I wear 25.
25? I don't even know if that exists.
It's got tanning oil in it.
See, I can't even do that. That'll kill me.
I'm Italian.
Brooke can do that shit. I can't do that shit. Whatever.
I wear 70 and then I wear 100 when I'm on a motorcycle because I don't like skin cancer.
Oh. Well, I love it. I think it's great. So anyway.
Yeah, my dad had basal cell carcinoma.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was a long time ago, though, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't a big deal at all, except for his nose looks like hamburger now because he refused to go to a plastic surgeon. He was like, I'm tired of someone. They basically take a sander to your face,
and
then they like grind it all smooth, and then they put this stuff on your face that allows it to heal. And he had to do that like 6 times. And he was like, "No, they did it once. I'm not doing it again."
Now they just use a laser, don't they?
No, he actually had to have the tip of his nose removed.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but it was a small enough patch that his body was able to fill in the skin. He didn't have to have a graft.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the tip of his nose totally removed.
All right.
I've
Well,
also known people who've gotten it on their eyelids.
Oh, I remember that.
That is really common for people who just sunbathe because if you sunbathe, you close your eyes. You don't put sunblock on your eyelids.
I have my sunglasses on the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, you definitely should.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the raccoon. I can't take them off because I can't fucking see. I can't see. Like, we go out to the water, It's Silver Sands over in Connecticut. So it's more inland. So it's this Long Island Sound instead. So there's no real waves, and when the water goes out toward the end of the day, it's just all a giant sandbar. It's like ankle deep water for like 100 yards, and then all of a sudden it starts dropping off and then coming up and down and up and down. But there's a little island off the coast that once the tide goes out, you can walk all the way out. There's like they made like a land bridge to it, so that's kind of cool. But in any case, where the fuck was I going with that?
Your eyes. How you can't see.
Eyes. Like I'd take my sunglasses off to go in the water because I don't want to lose them. I'm just basically like my eyes shut. That's
Making a poop
trying
face?
to catch it. Yeah, just like this. Brooke
What color are your eyes?
They're like gray, like a gray blue.
That's
Why
why.
blue?
I mean, people with lighter colored eyes usually are.
Yeah.
What happened? I
He
missed
just
it.
hit himself in the face.
No, I didn't hit
It's fine.
myself. It just came out.
Where's my
fucking-
bell?
But yeah, I'd be out there and Brooke wants to throw the football around and I'm like, all right, here we go. Whacking off the top of my head and shit. And
So why don't you just wear the sunglasses?
because they'll come off. I've done that before. They come
get
right
them
why
off.
don't you just get like
Maybe.
$5 sunglasses just for that purpose?
Because I gotta have polarized.
Because you're an
They
idiot.
do make polarized sunglasses that are that cheap.
No, I've seen them for $8 at from a carny. I bought them.
And they're
like-
probably not really
And
polarized.
yeah, they weren't that great. So I get the Fosters and Grants, one for buy one get 150 off. I buy two, I'm good for the year. I got
Well.
a summer pair and a winter pair. All right, sunglasses, go. So you
Still
were
got
out.
the orange ones.
I got a present from Adam
Hey,
and
it's from
Amy.
me.
Yeah. The beer was from me.
Oh, okay. Prefer the beer.
All right. Do you want to do what are you drinking and then get into the present?
Yeah, sure. I've done this before. Glutenberg, the red ale.
They didn't have much of a selection besides the omission, and
Fuck
I don't know if you're still drinking that because like it says they can't guarantee the amount that's in there.
Right.
So-
I had some. I just had this huge craving for IPAs lately. I think it's probably just the weather. I had an IPA when I was down in staying in Long Island. I can't remember the name of the damn brewery, but my the in-house engineer for the station that I was working for, he brought us to this brewery, and he was just like, "Oh, this is the best. This is the best. This is the best." So I was with another guy, and he took us there, and they're all ordering, and then I order a water. You know, I'm just keeping my mouth shut because he was all excited about it. He also turns around. He's just like, "What? You're not drinking?" I'm like, "I can't, man. Celiacs." And he knows.
Yeah.
He just
forgot
or didn't put two and two together, whatever. And he was all upset and everything. But they were ranting and raving about this one beer. It was called Fade to Jade, and it was just an IPA. But they only used they didn't use any bittering hops, so
Okay.
it's like super, super hoppy.
Like Ithaca Flower Power.
Yeah, I guess. It's like juicy is the word I would use. Like it was, I don't know, it was something about it. It was one of the best IPAs I've ever had. So I've had a craving. I ended up like caving and just taking a swig. And ever since then, I've just been dying for IPAs.
Yeah.
So the Glutenberg's great because all of them are super hoppy.
Yeah.
Because they kind of have to.
Because they're trying to cover up the gross sorghum.
Yep.
It's not going to work. Okay.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I should just start over. We're just going to start over. It's fine. It's going to be like a half a second of the video. The chin lapse, just adjusting.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the real long USB. Anyway, Tim Lapse is back, folks.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Goose Island IPA, which I've had on the show before, but I also have their Pilsner with me today. That'll be a second half, so we'll do a second half.
I didn't even know they had a Pilsner.
It's really good. It's called Goose Island Pils. It's delicious.
I got a little thing here for you.
Yeah, Amy has something to review as well.
Oh, you do?
Oh, just the Brooklyn Summer Ale. It's my favorite.
Tell us
Brooklyn's
about it.
always very
delicious.
Tell us more about it.
Heavy-handed, in my opinion.
The Summer Ale's the only one that's not.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't like any other one except for the summer one.
Yeah.
Like I got their Pilsner one time because like their ale, that was before I was into like hops and everything. Their ale was so hoppy, so malty. So I got their Pilsner one time, and it tasted like an IPA almost.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, the summer ale. This is like it's like a weedy pale ale, I would say. They don't give you a lot of info.
All right, you guys are gonna have to share.
They call it a pale ale.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not drinking that much gin straight up without an ice cube.
Here. How's that better?
It's better, yeah.
All right. This is by, hang on one sec before you even go into it. This is Sly Fox Gin. It's from Springbrook Hollow Farm Distillery, and I think they're in like Queens. It doesn't say on the bottle. Sorry. Oh my God.
Why would you do that?
Springbrook Hollow Farm Distillery in Queensbury, New York. I don't know where that is. Do you know where Queensbury is?
No.
Anyway, I found this at the local liquor store, guy in the corner, and it was $22. It said, buy local.
Yeah.
So I gave it a shot. Now drink.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking that whole thing.
Drink it out of his.
It's okay. It's good. I would prefer it be on ice.
Look at her.
I don't like warm gin. It smells good.
It's a kick in the fucking teeth,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
It's like a chewing on a juniper berry.
I
burns
think
my
that
nose.
I would love this with just ice and seltzer.
This
And
is
a
like
lime.
bathtub gin to
Yeah.
me. That's what it tastes like. It's
Yeah.
so fucking alcohol-y and strong.
Yeah, it smells like rubbing alcohol.
It's good. Like, it's not bad, but it's
Yeah.
it's rough. Brooke got their moonshine. That tastes like your moonshine.
Yeah, like made in the backyard.
Yes. It tastes, just like a cheap copper pot.
Remember that time we hung a camo net in the backyard, and it was. Were you there for that? Maybe
I
I
don't
was
think
with
so.
Ryan.
No, it wasn't me.
Other Ryan. Yeah, we realized that you could see the still from the street. Like if you're walking back, like on
you-
South Grand. So we hung a camo net. I was like, I wonder if this is more conspicuous.
It looks like you got a
Yeah.
weed farm instead.
So yeah, allegedly.
So, but yeah,
So what is this? Sly Fox?
Sly
gin?
Fox.
I mean, I can't give it a good
Springbrook.
comparison because it is harsh.
It's the most juniper
So,
gin I've ever had.
I think if we put an ice cube in it over break or something, I can give you a better consensus. But yeah, I'm not really in the mood for liquor today.
I gave it to someone who likes dry, good gins, and she was like, "That's too fucking much. You
Yeah.
need to put that in something." Makes a great
Yeah.
martini.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I've had a couple of them, and they're fantastic. But
Yeah, it's got to be cold.
You need that ice
Yeah.
in there. It needs to be
Yeah,
cold.
I
It
mean,
needs to be a
it
little
just
watered
waters
down.
it down a little bit, and
Yeah.
I mean, a martini is really supposed to be 50%
Wait, you gotta
water.
read it first.
I already read it.
All right,
Read
so we're
out
moving on.
loud.
We're moving on to presents.
Sorry. I'm easily distracted right now.
I know. So anyway, we went to Wildwood, and got to drag it out. Got to get as much, linger longer, right?
Yeah, right. Anyway,
So-
Sly Fox.
Yeah. No, we're done with that.
Oh.
So we went to Wildwood, and this is the second time Ryan had to take care of our chickens, and it was, is our fish still alive?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Gil.
Did you change the water?
I did.
You're the
Thank
when
best.
I
you.
first
Yeah.
got him. How often do you change
No,
it?
it's like
Just
once a
we
week.
He
Yeah,
forgot
he's
about
fine.
Gil, and he needed to change the water before he gave him to Mickey anyway.
Yeah, I
so.
changed. I changed him real good.
Good. So this time was an excruciating pain in the ass for him, as opposed to last time, which was only a mild annoyance. So, because I gave him a key to my house when I moved in 5 years ago, and the locks have been changed twice since then.
Yeah, I
so
was like,
that
he-
key doesn't work.
Yeah, so I go over to the house and I open the garage. I ding dong
Mm-hmm.
on the thing. I'm sorry, not ding dong. It was I remember
knocked
the
on-
I thought it was the bell and I shut the garage on myself.
You gotta paint a little bit more of a picture here.
I kind of went click
So-
and it just went
So
like,
he doesn't have a key. I didn't want to ask my housemate, who I don't know, he's a tenant,
Yeah.
to take care of my fish for a week. And I didn't know if I could trust him enough to clean the bowl and all of that, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I told him to put a garage door opener in the mailbox for Ryan,
Yes.
co-host Ryan.
This Ryan.
Yeah, co-host Ryan. So now you can tell your
So I
story.
go there, I open the garage, I close the garage again because I thought it was the doorbell. I open the garage again. I knock on the door,
Mhm.
nothing. I knock again, nothing. I'm just kind of hanging out. I go upstairs. I hit the doorbell and knock. Nothing.
As long as his car's not
He won't
there,
answer
he's
the
not
doorbell.
there.
His car's there.
Yeah.
His car was
Yeah,
there.
his
Okay.
car was there.
Up and down. I did the same thing a bunch of times, and that's when I started texting you, like, do I just kick in the door or what? And you're like, yeah, just go through. And I'm like, I'm not going through this dude's house. Finally, he comes out. Or, no, he answered the doorbell. I was ringing the doorbell, and he's just like, hey, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I'm here to pick up the fish. And he looked at me like he had no idea what I was talking about.
Because he didn't have any idea what you were talking about.
Okay. You
I just told him.
about the-
I said I forgot to leave the door opener for my friend Ryan, who's watching our fish.
And
or
who
something.
answers the door shirtless? Like,
He's
know.
a really.
I mean,
weird
I
guy.
answer the door in a towel.
Yeah,
with my
but
underwear.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's a little nuts too. But
That's a whole nother
I was
thing.
the only one home. What am I supposed
So
to do?
you go put clothes on.
you either
And
put
if-
clothes on
I
or
was in
just
the
don't
shower.
don't answer the door. That's what I do.
Yeah.
If I can't throw clothes on, like he just answered the door,
Well,
and I
what
was
if
just
it
like,
was him? Like he forgot his keys.
Then you make me wait. I'm not going to leave if that's the case.
oh yeah, he's gonna sit on the stoop until
Yeah.
someone comes home. But yeah, he comes up and I was like, "What's up? Nice nipples. I'm here for the fish." And he looks at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, "Adam, left you the garage door opener, so I can knock on the door. You could let me in." He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "You're letting me in so I can get the fish." He's like, "Okay." And I went upstairs and he just stood on the landing, like afraid I was gonna like steal shit. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I got the fish and whatever, but it just he's easy.
He's a kind of a weird guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, he just had a pair of basketball shorts on, no shoes, and no shirt.
I guarantee he was either in the shower when you first started ringing the bell, or he had headphones on playing video games.
Oh,
'Cause,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, he just he's on the computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Which is great for us. I'm totally happy to have a tenant who is addicted to online gaming, because then they're just going to sit in a chair. That's it. They're not going to make any noise. Once in a while, we hear him yell yes because he won. That's it. But other than that, I mean,
sounds like
does he even have a TV?
Yes.
That sounds like that Nick Swardson bit.
Yeah.
And he finally got a couch because there used to be nothing at all in the living room. There's just nothing.
Oh,
Just
really?
yeah, he has nothing downstairs.
It sounds like that Nick Swardson bit where his neighbor thought he was shooting
gay porn.
shooting
because-
gay porn because he was playing online
Yeah.
gaming.
Yeah. Fuck you, take it, pussy. Yeah.
Suck my dick, bitch. Suck it. Fucking pig. Yeah, it just
And he's like, the thing I take away from this is I can film gay porn in my apartment now. No one will know. Yeah, so Ryan had to watch the fish. The fish is still alive. All the chickens are alive.
All right,
I got scared yesterday when I first went in there because there were feathers everywhere. They must have been picking on each other. But, yeah, nothing got in there. I mean, nothing really could.
Oh. They all go in on their own. I haven't had to touch one
Yeah.
for the past like 3 days.
The last time you watched them was like still new for them to go outside by themselves.
Now
They
I
couldn't
just
get out the
go,
door.
get in there, you fucks, and they get up and they go. But I think I figured out the pecking order.
Yeah.
But the gray one is like second in command,
Yeah.
and then the black one with the gold and the poof.
Black one?
Yeah, that's Bane. No, that's not Bane chicken. Yeah, that's Bane chicken.
Oh, yeah.
That one's in.
Yeah.
Andy and Ollie are the bitches.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're the
They're
smallest
just
ones.
the bitches.
Yeah.
And that fucker.
What
that
about Muse, the
otter.
big one?
Muse is always the first in.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Yeah.
Which is the one with the speckly head?
The one brown with the
brown
white?
one?
Otter.
That's Otter.
I'll kill that motherfucker. I
That's
had
our favorite. You can't
Brooke
kill
came
it.
with me to watch
Mm-hmm.
and was just laughing her ass off watching me chase this fucking thing around for the first couple days. That little cocksucker just loves to run.
Yeah.
Fucking hate that thing. Anyway, present for watching chickens.
Read it first.
Wait,
Read it
I'm
first.
going to record this. Read it out loud.
So sorry this looks like ass. The packaging, it's not that bad actually because it's a cloth something or other, so it looks pretty good. Here you go. Thanks for watching the chickens and not letting Gil die because of Adam. So, Gil. My Gil. Gifts. Gifts on the podcast. Can't read this. Oh, God. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. Are you serious? Who? wear this.
You're gonna wear it for the show. That's what you're gonna do.
I picked it out.
I'll wear it every Friday or Saturday or Sunday.
We
or
knew
whenever
Brooke wouldn't let you wear it, but you know, it's funny.
You better wear it. It was pretty expensive.
Jesus Christ.
But when you wash it, turn it inside out.
Oh yeah.
Because we didn't get the wax.
Well, we
on
didn't.
it.
You know how the fucking when we silk screen stuff.
Would you
put
make
wax?
that?
No,
No.
it's at the boardwalk they have the fucking panini press. They put the sticker on the fucking shirt with. Yeah, it's so you're gonna wash that once. It's all gonna come off. Yeah, it's such a ripoff. Every shirt $10, but the decals
Yeah.
$15.
I was like, I go in the
So it's a
store and I'm
$25
like,
fucking
this is $10, right? He was like, yeah, just the shirt. I was like,
Just
okay.
a plain black T-shirt is $10.
Is this a V-neck?
No, it's
No.
not a V-neck.
God
They
damn
didn't have. We would have had to pay extra. It's just for the show.
You're not
you,
that
you can put it in a
special.
frame if you want. That would be cool.
Or
for
get a
the
mannequin.
collage frame.
I don't know what.
Oh, if we could get a mannequin.
or a skeleton.
Yes,
That'd be
I want a
cool.
mannequin in here. Certainly do.
Let's try and find one.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll just steal one. We're gonna have to. They're hard to come
Or
by.
we'll just say we're gonna do all this stuff and never do it.
Yeah.
We said something last show and then we never
I was
did
gonna
that.
get that mead too, and I forgot
You're gonna
about
spell
it.
mannequin, right?
Get a
Space. Are you not leaving yourself enough room?
Yeah.
No, it's M-A. Oh, my God.
No, there's a Q in there.
It's
Mannequin.
MANNEQUIN.
It's spelled like Manny Quinn.
Yeah.
MANAKIN mannequin.
Man.
So there you go.
Kin.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the shirt, guys.
You're welcome.
And it is correct. It's accurate.
I know. I
$20
saw that.
is
I was like, we should
$20.
get this for Bosch. This is great.
Going to get a beer. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Great.
What else was I going to talk about? Hold on. Oh, yeah. I went to the beach today. How was the beach in Wildwood? Okay. Crowded? What's the deal?
The last day was. Okay. He wanted me to ask you how much he hates the beach.
He fucking despises the beach to the point where I've seen this motherfucker stand on the boardwalk in jeans, a black T-shirt, a black bandana, and biker boots, and watched us walk away from him. And he went off and rode alone on his motorcycle around Rehoboth. He fucking hates the beach. He hates
I
the
went
beach
to the
enough.
beach. I went to the beach 3 times. For
Actually,
Amy,
you went
so
4
4
because you
times
went
for
last
Amy.
day too. He went
So
4
does-
times
I
for a
s-
couple hours.
Does that show how much I love her?
I saw a couple.
Couple.
I
what?
saw. It's still new.
It's been over a year.
No,
I've been living there a year. What is it? July? Yeah.
But no, this motherfucker. When I saw a couple pictures, I was like, whoa, how the fuck did she drag him on that goddamn dirty, nasty, fucking sandy?
terrible.
It gets everywhere.
It's
it gets
awful.
everywhere.
I don't understand why
last
anyone
day
likes
you
the beach.
tolerated it really well.
Yeah, you want to know why I tolerated it really well? Because I got shoes that sand can't get in.
Ooh.
And I didn't go anywhere near the water. I was 40 feet from the water. And then I pulled the umbrella down to make a little tent so it wasn't 100 million fucking degrees in the sun. And I read Jurassic Park. The only thing that would have made it more tolerable is if I had 12 beers.
You're a creepy person on the beach.
Well, I
He
just
was wearing clothes, so yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't, Well, I wasn't going to go swimming. Why would I put on an uncomfortable bathing suit that chafes my dick? It's terrible.
I have no problem. I was actually going to wear my bathing suit, but on the show.
The first day, I was the only one not wearing a bathing suit except for Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexa's the one that fell in, and she had to wear my clothes off the beach.
So
yeah. So I went to the beach 4 days.
was it crowded?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
No,
It was.
Not compared to
Okay,
the,
compared to the beaches. Okay, when I go to Florida, we go to the beach for a whole day. There's no one on the beach except for us.
Yeah.
All
See,
day.
when we went to North Carolina.
If you
that's
went to
how it used be.
Wildwood on a Saturday in June when it's not as hot, you would, where you're like, what are all these weird people all the way back here? That would be the first place that you could get a spot. You'd be milling around for 2 hours just trying to find a place to sit down.
The place where we go, we got there at 11 o'clock today, and it was not early enough to get a good spot. And then it just started filling in. It's a cool place. It's nice and all, but it's busy. And it fucking sucks when it's busy. It really does. So
We tried surfing.
it's only an hour. Did you?
Yeah.
We did.
And you did terrible.
We both sucked. I was the only one that got to stand up, but then my board
makes
took a
me
nosedive.
very happy in
and
a
I
way.
flashed
Why?
everybody.
Because that was really good.
Yeah. Well, what length board did you have too?
I don't know. I just had a long. Well, did they put you up on fucking?
Like fucking
9
huge
foot.
boards.
9-foot boards.
Oh, the big ones?
Yeah.
Those should have been easier.
No, the
shorter
small
boards are
ones
easier.
easier.
See, the guy was telling me the trick boards, the speed boards are a little harder to get up
Yeah.
on.
When I
I
went surfing,
I had a fucking monster.
Yeah, I was on a
It's probably 9 or 10.
6-foot surfboard. I think
Yeah,
I started off on.
Ones are
That
supposed
was
to be hard.
That was so much easier.
Oh man!
But it was. I mean, I was also 100 pounds lighter at the time. So
Yeah. So when we were in
Yeah.
Hawaii, I was on a giant ass longboard with one fin. You know, I was fucking great. It took me like 1 or 2 tries, and then all of a sudden I was
we
good.
didn't take lessons because we didn't want to pay for it.
Fucking
either.
making turns and
I
shit.
should have worn shorts
Would you
and
just
a t-shirt.
rent the board?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
need
like $20.
lessons.
Apparently we did.
No, you don't. You don't need lessons.
Yeah.
This is what you do. You rent a board. You lay it down.
Mm-hmm.
You lay down on the board, your head facing the front. If you can't figure out what the front is, don't rent a surfboard. So you lay down on it and you just stand up. And whatever position you're facing, that's that's how you face. That's your natural facing position. I ride goofy. You ride goofy
No,
or
she
regular?
doesn't.
Left foot
Standard.
forward.
Left foot forward, so
Yeah,
you're
so
standing.
I'm goofy as well.
You go out. You paddle out using your hand. You lay on the board. You wait for a wave. You wait for it to take it. If you've ever been boogie boarding, it's the same goddamn thing. Once the fucking thing breaks and you're going, stand up.
Yeah.
Crouch.
It sounds easy.
Yeah.
But it
well,
is
yeah,
not.
but
the
the
thing
biggest issue
because
for,
we took lessons
the biggest
too.
issue for me is I can't do that in one swift motion anymore with my back. I just can't do it.
It's like a
so I
yoga
have to
pose.
get up. I have to get up on my knees first, and I could almost get. But by the time I got there, the board wobbbled underneath me, and I just crashed. We only did it for like an hour. It was only $20.
I tried to walk to the I actually got to the point where I was like, let me see if I can walk this thing. And I started walking. I was like, holy shit. The whole nose went down and I fucking fell over. But
That was my stopping point.
I
like-
loved surfing, man. I had a lot of fun, man. It got to the point where how long did you guys go for?
Like
An hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, we paid for I think it was 2 hours because
We would have
got the
had it.
lesson
We would have
too.
had it for 4.5 or whatever. It was just like $20.
Was it-
But it would have been $45 for the lesson. So we were like, whatever, just get him. We'll try it.
Well, anyway, I should have wore shorts and a t-shirt because every time I fell off, my bathing suit fell off too.
Yeah, you got to wear one of those
Tankini.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or like those surfer shirt things.
Yeah, the surfer shirts. That's what
I wound up
those.
going in a t-shirt because I haven't had my shirt off in the sun since I was like 13.
You have
so
to
I
wear
was gonna
something
die.
because those sex wax get
Yeah.
sand on it, and
Mhm.
if you're laying on the,
Yeah, I
it's
had
just
like
you're gonna get
irritation.
bleeding
These
surfer
were
nipples.
These were really these were really cheap surfboards. They were foam.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're plastic composite on the bottom and then foam on top. They're the super cheap kind.
I loved surfing.
But I think that might have been part of the problem too, because they were both like waterlogged.
Yeah.
Like they had tears in them and they were just full of water.
Yeah.
And I'd be out there and I would just be, she's just sitting on it fine. And mine's like doing this the whole time I'm sitting on it.
Yeah.
So I think there was something wrong with
See,
it too. But
I rented one after we did a couple days after we did the lessons, and I got one like that, and I could barely get on the. It took every ounce of my soul to keep to stay up on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
So it really is like. That kind of made me go, okay, so a surfboard is not a surfboard is a surfboard is a surfboard is not true at all. Like if you need a good quality one to do it right. So you probably should have taken lessons. I know it's like probably like $100 a person, yeah.
No,
it was 40. It was $45.
Okay, that's
for the
about
lesson.
right. Okay, yeah, it was $100. No, it was $50 a person when we went
Yeah.
to Hawaii. So
Yeah, it was like 40. I think it was 45.
you should have done it.
Yeah.
They would have given you
We-
good boards.
The other thing was
They
we
basically
had
give you
to-
boards where you can absolutely get up on.
Yeah.
You know.
We
Sorry.
also had to pay for parking, and it was 25 cents for 10 minutes. So we only had quarters to pay for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You had to keep going back to pumping quarters.
No. So
No.
it was kind of like we were both kind of done with it.
Oh.
And
The meter was running out anyway, so-
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, so we just went back to the car, and like I didn't bring the drone on the beach that day because I didn't want to leave it up, by our stuff.
Yeah.
So I left it in the car, and my plan was when I would feed the meter, I would come back, get my shots, and then we'd be done.
Booster shots?
Huh? No.
Oh.
No. Cinematic aerial shots.
Sorry.
So I wound up just doing it from the car, and that's the farthest I've ever flown the thing away from me.
Yeah, I saw you.
It was 700 yards away from me.
I saw some of the video. You're like
Yeah.
right over the water watching
Yeah.
the surfers go, and I was
That-
like, "Holy
yeah,
shit,
dude,
that's giving me
that-
anxiety."
Okay, so that shot was 10 meters above the water, 30 feet up, and I was 700 yards away. Across a park, behind buildings. I couldn't even see the ocean where I was at. So that's the farthest I've ever gone, and it was just starting to get like that remote control signal weak. So I think that's the range, because your range out isn't limited in the software.
Mm-hmm.
It's just limited by the radio transmissions.
Right.
So around here, I can only get about 400 yards out before it starts giving me problems.
Because the elevation.
But well, no, because there's so much metal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like when I was flying it around all the piers and stuff, the metal roller coasters were fucking with it like crazy.
Because of the magnets too, right?
Yeah.
Magneto.
Well, they're not driven by cables or anything. It's magnets. Pull it up and drop it down, all that shit.
Yeah.
So that was fucking with it. But flying over the wooden roller coaster wasn't a problem.
Oh yeah, I did
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
You got some good shots, man.
Yeah. Did you see that the local helicopter tour company commented
yeah,
on it?
they got a little.
Yeah.
Nervous.
But the thing is, I was on the other side. I was on the other side of the roller coaster from them, and I didn't cross the roller. They're not going to fly over the roller coaster.
Yeah.
So it was fine. It technically wasn't legal, but I didn't know there was a helipad over there.
Wow, and you had checked with them.
Yeah.
in
I
their
talked to
flight
him the day
patterns.
before.
Did you really?
Yeah. I talked to him the day before.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
just being. I
no,
thought you were
no,
just
no.
fucking with them.
No, I talked. I talked to
he
the
really
guy.
did.
I talked to the guy the day before.
You're so
Yeah.
good with that
Yeah.
shit. It's unbelievable.
Well,
I
but-
would have just taken the
Yeah.
fucking thing up,
But
crashed into a
before-
helicopter,
the day,
and killed
the
some
day
tourists.
before that, the day before that, I was flying and did not realize there was a helipad there.
Oh.
But they're a non-towered helipad, so when they're not in actual operation, I can fly near it.
Oh, okay.
But if they're in operation, I cannot
so
fly.
in operation means like what? In the air?
Taking off and landing, I have to be a mile away. But like an active airport, I have to be 5 miles away,
Right.
one with a tower. So they don't have a tower. It's just like a guy, you know. Okay, take off, you know. But they have their flight plan was all approved and blah, blah, blah. And they didn't fly over land at all. So I knew as long as whenever I flew over the ocean, I wanted to stay low enough that I would never hit them.
Yeah.
And if I was over land, I could fly as high as I wanted.
Did you actually go in the water?
Yeah, when we surfed.
No, I mean like just like splashing.
No.
No.
I did.
How was the water?
It was cold.
It's kind of
Cold?
smelled.
Well, it smelled the last day because it was low tide.
We stayed in
stinky.
Atlantic City one year. My family got it in their heads that every year we went down to North Carolina, Outer Banks. Corolla Light was the name of the
Yeah, I
tiny
went there.
little
I went there.
beach town, whatever. But one year, for some reason, they decided they wanted to go to New Jersey, to Atlantic City. And I was like, why? And they're like, well, it was just like some people were butting heads about the vacation and everything like that. So Dad got all pissy and was like, I'm going to do my own vacation.
With blackjack and hookers.
Yeah. So and then Donnie, my uncle, jumped on board with that. He's just like, well, if you're going, I'm going. So it turned into a big thing anyway, except in New Jersey instead of North Carolina. So it was fucking really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible. The boardwalk was awesome. Tons of shit to do. Buying, I watched a guy dressed up like Michael Jackson fight another guy who was just dressed normally. I'm not fucking
I thought
with
you were going to say that
Dressed
he was
like
another
Michael
guy
Jackson?
dressed like Michael
Yeah.
Jackson.
This motherfucker had black Jenko jeans on, saddle shoes, black and white saddle shoes, a fucking white T-shirt with a silver collared short sleeve shirt over that, and a fucking fedora. And I was like, does this kid know that he looks like Michael Jackson right now? Like, he went up to the guy and he got in his face and he started doing the head thing. And all I could think of is Michael just going,
Wait, black or white, Michael?
huh?
Black or white, Michael?
This is a white kid. And he had long hair too.
But
you know what he
she's-
looked like?
He looked like white Michael Jackson.
He
White
loo-
Michael Jackson's a fedora.
He looked like Corey Haim.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it Corey Haim? Who's the one that's alive?
Corey
Haim or
Feldman, I think, is alive.
Corey Feldman.
No,
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
You're
Corey
right.
Feldman.
It looked like Corey Feldman dressed up as Michael Jackson. This kid. Anyway, like he started this fight with this kid, and I felt bad for the kid. I should have jumped in and helped him out, but it was like
too entertaining.
It happened all very quickly.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's regardless. The water was fucking disgusting. It was filled with jellyfish. It was murky as shit. It smelled. I hate New Jersey. I hate it. I
We
hope
were
Becky's-
gonna go to the Outer Banks, but then they thought like we're gonna have a 2-year-old in the car for 8 hours, so
Yeah,
they decided to go to Wildwood.
the drive. When you get to like the 5-hour point, that's when you start getting pretty stir crazy. You know.
Well, I've
But-
driven to Florida and back, so
Yeah, I have too. I had to get bring Brooke back home, get her out of the arms of those savages down there. Fucking animals. I hate Florida so much. But what was I gonna say? I lost my train
You
of thought.
hate New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey. It's goddamn
Yeah.
worst. I'll never go back.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, like Wildwood was fine, but it's like any ocean touristy town.
Yeah.
But we didn't really have to experience New Jersey that much.
Summer fun on the Dead Radio podcast.
So I have something amazing for the show.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Amazing.
So Amy and her sister rode. Have you ever seen the slingshot thing?
It's
like a
called the
ride.
spring shot,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Slingshot. Yeah. So they rode that thing on the boardwalk, and we have it all on video.
On 2
Slingshot?
different videos.
Yeah, we have it on 2 different videos.
Slingshot is the name of the.
Wait,
No,
no.
it's called
Okay,
spring
no. Let's
shot.
watch this first. This is what I shot from the ground.
Okay.
And then this isn't good for the show, but this will give you an idea of what it is.
So this is a fisheye lens of basically looking at 2 towers, and the so you're
yeah, I'm
looking
shooting
up, and
This is the Tim Lapse camera.
if you're laying down and you got the camera facing, your feet are pointing to where Amy and your and her sister
Yeah, yeah.
are, and so they're gonna fly
Yeah.
past you.
Yep.
Oh, it's a quick one too.
So that's what they did, just to give you an idea of it.
Holy shit! How high does that go?
I have no idea. what
about
it said.
100 feet.
That is not 100 feet.
Yeah.
That's more than 100 feet.
No, it was about 100 feet because I
Yeah.
flew the drone right next to it. It was
Oh,
about
okay.
100 feet.
You'd be surprised. Like 100
Yeah.
feet doesn't sound like a lot, but it's
Yeah.
a fucking lot.
Well, we were going 75 miles an hour,
Yeah.
so I had no
So-
time to know.
So the other one has audio, and it's a shot from inside.
Oh my god! Hold on.
That's my sister.
Okay.
She's drunk.
Cackling. What's her name? Kathleen?
No, Tiffany.
Cackling.
She eats her necklace.
Just listen,
a
listen,
couple
listen,
times.
listen.
Oh shit! We're gonna. Hands up!
Listen, listen.
So when you're in a panicked state, you immediately go to fuck my ass.
Did you notice that he went on 9?
Yeah, I did.
I said 10. I mean 9. What are you talking about?
I just said I'm gonna poop.
That's not what I said.
That is exactly what you said. Go back. Come out here.
That's not what I said.
Oh my god!
No, hold on.
Was it before it?
Oh, I did say that. I did have to poop before I went on that.
Those fucking things are fun because they're so goddamn scary.
Yeah.
They're the scariest fucking rides on the planet.
I know. I was like, now I can do anything because that was scary.
Any ride that takes you like way up and way back down and all that, like just the fucking. I did the Sasquatch thing at Great Adventure. They drop you from. They drop you from 100 feet. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that was the one that I was talking about. We didn't go on it because
It
they
looked
just.
so lame.
Yeah, that one wasn't as good.
The slingshot's a lot scarier.
Yeah, I didn't go on it only because it's like $30.
Well, we got
I mean,
the.
Is the thing like rolling around
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole time too?
It's
Oh
going,
my
like,
God, I fucking
the whole
vomited
time
all
you're
over the
spinning,
place.
you're spinning in the air.
Like
as you're
I
going
definitely
up.
would have done it. Like I wanted to do it more for the shot, to have it for the video and to bring it to the show. So if Tiffany wouldn't go on with it, I definitely would have, but I just wasn't
But
going
it
to
was like $80 for the video, 2 riders, and 2 T-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So we just paid $40 each. So it
And a
wasn't bad.
250 megabyte hard
Yeah.
flash drive.
Yeah, I mean, if you just got that, it was $15. So I was like, guys, definitely do that. I'll throw in on it just so that I have the video.
And you can wear it around your
Yeah.
hand, like a like a Live Strong bracelet.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that,
Something new.
might as well keep going. No. The bracelet reminded me of it. We did. I did a jujitsu seminar yesterday, and the moment I walk in, Becky's got her whole Love Holds Life banners all over the place, and she goes, "Here you go," and she gives me this rubber.
Surprised she didn't ask me to take pictures.
It's a Love Holds Life, Live Strong bracelet rubber thing. So that annoyed the shit out of me right off the bat, but it was really fucking cool. It was over at Precision MMA up in LaGrange or Pleasant Valley area, off of 55.
Yeah.
And Jim Miller was a UFC competitor. He actually just was he just won his match at UFC 200. He taught the jiu-jitsu course. So you paid $25. I wish I probably should have promoted it last episode.
Yeah, before it happened.
Yeah, but I guess I didn't. I wasn't really. Anyway, regardless, $25, and they had a seminar, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, and then they did judo. So it was a shit ton of fun. An actual MMA gym. So I went there. I did the Muay Thai. Was fine. Tweaked my back right away, doing like a front kick. And I was like, okay, this is going to bother me the rest of the time. And then I did the jiu-jitsu, which was so much fucking fun. This is the best. The guy I was working with, like, you get a partner, and then Jim Miller shows you a series of moves, and then you do the series of moves a bunch of different times. Like, I'm on the offense, then I'm on the defense. I'm on offense, defense, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then he stops, and then he shows another sequence of moves to attach to the first sequence. We ended up doing like 3 or 4 sequences, all strung together in this giant thing. And we were like rolling around, flipping around the mat and everything like that. I was fucking exhausted, just like the surfboarding thing. I was having so much fun, and I felt like I was doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop. And all of a sudden they said, all right, break. And then I got up and I'm like,
felt like you were gonna die.
I can't lift up my arms. I can't lift up my arms. All right, so let's all give it up for Sensei Dan, and I can't remember his last name. He's gonna teach us some judo. All right. I'm like, oh no, I have to do an hour of judo now. It's 3 hours. This whole fucking thing. Muay Thai.
When we were done surfing, I felt like the. It's like a machine in the gym and has the rope on it, and you lift a weight.
Yeah.
I felt like I did this with 50 pounds for 2 hours.
Yeah. You basically can't lift, like, you can't pick your computer up off the table. You're shot. Like, every time you try to exert your muscles, they shake and they just give up. Like, they don't exist anymore. That's how I felt. And now I get to, I have to throw somebody around. So he's teaching us hip tosses. The guy I was paired up with for the jiu-jitsu thing was a like 4 or 5 stripe judo blue belt. I don't know where that is on the whole range, but he's just like, all right.
If it's judo, blue belt might be the top one. I don't really know, because like Subakto, like everybody still says black belt, but it's actually blue.
Yeah, your black belt is blue.
Yeah. They call it midnight blue. The whole idea is that black is as dark as it can get.
Oh, actually, blue is like beginner.
Oh, really?
All right, so I was assuming. Actually,
so he was just really good.
This is weird. He wasn't really
you
good.
Share it with the class.
This is interesting because the belt system, light blue, which is what he had a bunch of stripes on his, is beginner, and then next up is white, and next up from that is brown, and then purple, and then black, and then red and white, all a bunch of different blah 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 blah. So that's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So anyway, I was paired with him, and he was just like, all right, you got to do this, this, and this. He knew the basic moves, even as a beginner. I was like, all right, you do it first, so I could watch you and feel what it's like. Are you sure? Yeah. And he throws me, and I fucking hit the mat, and I was like, my entire fucking body, just from center out, just went whoosh, and just snapped, and my ears started ringing. And I was like, I knew I wasn't concussed or anything like that, but I also said to myself, I don't know how much of this my brain can take at this point. So then I do it to him, and I almost kill him. Judo's really fucking hard. Your footwork needs to be on point. Because you're tangling your feet together and everything like that to throw a guy. I finally got into it, and I threw him really hard, and he was like, "Oh, that was good." And then all of a sudden the sensei stopped. He's just like, "Okay, so everyone needs to hold their partner when they throw them so that they don't hit so hard." I was like, was that partially me, or was that everyone else too? So by the end of that, my ears were ringing for a good 2 hours after that. I was like fucking like, I'm shot. My whole fucking body from top to bottom is shot. I can't do a goddamn thing. Every time I move, I can feel some sort of pain. Right now, just talking with my hands, my forearm here and my bicep are just in agony. I fucking killed myself yesterday. But
Cool.
I want to go back. I want to do
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. It was so much fun.
It's
like a chess game.
Did you want to tell Bosch about the night before I rode the spring shot ride?
No, what happened?
It's like,
Shit your pants.
no.
Damn it.
You're gonna have to remind me. I need some sort of a cue.
You know, he's...
Oh yeah, Amy got white girl wasted.
Oh, yeah? Like loud, obnoxious. Oh, my God. Somebody
No,
needs
like
to help that girl.
head in the toilet,
Nice.
slurring her words and like.
I called my sister's boyfriend a pussy.
Yeah.
I'm going to enamel it.
She's like, it's all Andre's fault because he didn't do his shot because he's a pussy.
Okay, so
So you're puking because...
no, let
Because
me tell
she
it
did
from
his
my,
shot 'cause
from
he's a
my
pussy.
perspective. So we got back we walked the boardwalk. I had 4 beers with my dad, and we took a break. We started playing a game, and then I was drinking. I had drunk 3 gin and tonics at that point, and then I did a shot. And then I was stuck on phase 3, and I don't know if you ever played phase 10.
Phase 10, you make enemies playing that game.
Oh, yeah. So I was stuck on phase 3 like 3 times in a row. And then I was like, I got to go to the bathroom. Like, I didn't tell anyone what was going on. I just knew I was going to throw up eventually. So I went in there. I tied my hair up. I just sat with my head in the toilet. And I threw up twice.
Oh, so it was preemptive.
Oh, yeah.
You made a
That's
preemptive
like
strike.
every
Good for
time
you.
I've ever drank too much, I knew when I was going to throw
Me,
up.
I would have stood up,
Stood up,
puked
on
and
the
puked
table.
on all the cards and ended everyone's night.
No.
So kudos to you.
But you were throwing up for about a half an hour to 40 minutes while I was sitting
actually,
with you.
I wasn't throwing up.
You were just in
I
the
was
bathroom.
dry heaving.
Yeah.
Because there's
Okay.
nothing left
I'm
to
not
throw
saying
up.
that you were physically throwing up for 35 to 40 minutes because you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Listen,
Your stomach would be in the
you're
toilet.
the one throwing up. You are not
Yeah.
allowed to tell us how long anything took.
It was.
I
it
don't
was
know how
between.
long it took. I
was,
just know.
I was upstairs with you between 30 and 40 minutes, but you were already up there for about 20 minutes before I checked on you.
No, that's not what I remember. I remember you taking me upstairs and then bringing a pillow into the bathroom.
That was well after.
Again,
I don't know. I
Again,
blacked
you're
out.
not allowed
No.
to tell us
No,
what's
you-
going
Okay,
on.
you
can
went
I
up-
tell
you
you
went-
from my perspective?
You went upstairs on your own, and then I was wondering where you
Oh,
were,
I
and I
did?
went to check on you.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember I went into the bathroom that was downstairs, which is by the dining room where everyone else is. I tied my hair up. I threw up twice. I kind of made myself throw up because I knew it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
So I threw up twice, and then I heard Tiffany come over to the bathroom, ask if I was okay. I hadn't thrown up at that point yet, so I said yes. And then probably like 20 minutes later, you came over and asked if I was okay.
Yeah, that's.
and that I did
oh,
throw up.
oh, so maybe
already.
I did bring you upstairs.
So
at
you
that
brought
point,
me
yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah.
I like put my head in the toilet. I wasn't throwing up anymore, but I was dry heaving, trying to make myself throw up again so I'd feel better. And then you put me to bed.
You don't feel
Yeah.
better. I mean,
but even
I feel
after,
better.
yeah, I usually feel better
I
if I
don't.
throw up. Yeah.
If I puke, I need, I gotta go. Okay, time to go back to bed, and I gotta go back to bed, and I'm still feeling nauseous, and it takes me.
Like
forever
he
to get
made me go to bed because I was falling asleep with my head in the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, so because I knew the second your head hit the pillow, you're just gonna pass out and you'd be fine.
No photos.
And then no
No.
photos. But
That
I
was
did.
the
But then
last
I did.
time.
I did go back downstairs and told Andres that you called him a pussy.
He didn't remember that, by the way.
He
So
didn't
then
remember
I called
it?
him a
Yeah.
pussy twice.
That was funny though. It's a good time.
Good times. Good times. Yeah. So we both. It sounds like we all had a very exciting weekend.
Yeah. Well, we had a whole week of this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only time I threw up, but yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first when I went down to North Carolina for the first time. I was 21, and Brooke was with me, and she didn't really know what the deal was. Like, she just, I don't know. She never really was on vacation before that vacation, like a family vacation. Didn't really do that much with her family. So this big week-long thing down in North Carolina. The first night we go, I'm 21, and then all of a sudden I was just like, this is great. All these years, 10 years of coming down here, and now I get to drink with the adults and do all the fun stuff that the adults... Well, I used to drink before, but I had to keep it on the, now I can
On the
openly
DL.
be a fucking lush. Stayed up way past my bedtime, drank beer, liquor, wine when everything else was gone. At the end of the night, did a one-handed push-up competition with the other guy in the house. And, was completely sick the next day, all day. I had enough energy in me to play football that, afternoon. I was like, oh, no. It was the next day. I was still sick from the day before.
You get full day hangovers.
I'm bad. I wake up the next day. I'm still sick. The other guy that I was doing the push-up competition with, his name was Brian. He's a friend of our, his parents are friends of my parents. We always used to hang out together. He was just nonstop drinking. The motherfucker couldn't get put down. He was one of those guys who could just drink and not get hungover, and then
That's the way I used to be.
all of a sudden runs into a brick wall, right? The day after my horrible fucking hangover, puking all over the beach and everything like that, she's mortified and pissed off at me. The next day, everybody wants to play football in the waves. Like, you got to be in the water to run. Once you step out, you're out of bounds, blah, 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 blah. So I see this motherfucker, and he's just not sick. He's been drinking for 3 days straight, and he's just not sick, not hungover and anything. So I get pissed off. So we're playing tackle. No, we're playing tackle. I fucking hit him with every ounce of energy I had every single time. He grabbed the ball. I was on him, smashing that motherfucker.
Just because
I'd get the ball, and he'd go to tackle me, just tuck down like a fucking ram. Bang! Hit him as hard as I could. I didn't even care he tackled me. I wanted to jar his brain. All of a sudden, he comes up from underneath the water and goes, I'm done. Walks about halfway to to camp, and blah, right in the middle of the beach. I was like, yeah, I did that. I did this to you.
Do you remember that the day after? Was it the day after that we were walking to the beach and I was still drunk?
You were still, you were still drunk until about midday. I walked downstairs after waking up. I'm like, I go to my dad. I'm like, Adam's still drunk. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, he's still drunk.
That's why I don't drink liquor that much anymore.
I either get to a point where I drink so much I fall asleep, or I drink so much that I throw up. And for some reason, I always throw up rice. It's always rice.
No matter what,
Maybe
even
right.
if you had hot dogs and sauerkraut.
No, it's always
all
like when
day?
I have rice. It's insane. I don't know.
So don't eat rice when you drink.
Well, I was trying not to.
Too much sugar.
Too much
Breaking
sugar.
down the rice, carbs, and
No,
But we're
it's
like
like
walking.
whole
We're like
rice.
walking to the beach. It's like 6 blocks, and she's like seriously 30 yards ahead of me, and I'm carrying all this stuff. I'm like, Amy, wait up! It's so hot.
I just kept walking anyway.
Don't leave me.
he gets about as obnoxious as anyone can handle.
Yep. And then you just gotta knock him out. Just punch him.
Anyway, what do you think? You want to break or you want to trudge forward?
Definitely break.
Okay.
No.
So I have a thought also.
Are you okay?
It's a
Did
rip.
Is that what I smell?
It's a rip-off of...
Your hair on fire?
It's a ripoff of Doug Benson, what he does on Getting Doug with High.
Okay.
He does his plugs, all of his plugs and stuff, before the show. Or no, I'm sorry, in production. So he adds a little production piece for all of his plugs. So I have to make one of those for when we take a break.
That would save us a lot of time.
It sure fucking
Yeah.
would. And all I have to do is say plugs to our guests. You don't count anymore. And
they'll say their
All right.
plugs, and then you just hit a button.
I won't even have to hit a button.
You just
I'll
do it in
just
post.
insert the fucking thing in post. Yeah.
Okay. So when the show is over, why don't we just record something for all of our plugs?
Oh, I don't have anything ready, but I guess we can do something on the fly.
Well, let's do it next week then. We'll do it before the show.
I was gonna say, since you guys are doing logistics.
All right, we'll be right back.
Why? He's seen them all.
Oh, you did?
What?
Yeah.
The house episodes.
Yeah.
I've seen most of them. I kind of fell off.
There was
after
one, like a baby died because it had celiacs.
Well, the mom killed it.
Yeah.
Stuffing it full of gluten.
No, she suffocated it because she had celiacs too, and it made her crazy.
And then the
she got
medication,
cancer.
that they were giving her. What?
That's weird.
No, she suffocated the baby. Right, the baby survived the suffocation, but the medication that they were giving.
It was she gave the baby organ damage when she suffocated.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, and you didn't let me finish.
Yeah, I was with him.
She suffocated the baby. The baby survived, but had organ failure because of the lack of oxygen. And then the medicine that they were giving it had
chock full of gluten.
Yeah, so it caused the stomach to become inflamed, and it didn't absorb any of the medication.
And then the mom ended up having intestinal cancer
Because of her celiacs. And she decided to deny treatment because she killed her baby and wanted to die.
That sounds like a fun episode.
We talked about House last week. Did you get through last week's
I
yet?
didn't get through the whole thing. I think
it was a good one.
After you were talking about skateboards and pizza
I
for an
haven't
hour.
I haven't listened for the past like 3 weeks. I have no idea what the show sounds like.
I told them that they weren't allowed to talk about wrestling.
That's good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be allowed to talk about skateboards or pizza.
Even electric skateboards?
No. It is so boring when
No,
you talk
but-
about skateboards.
But that was like
All right,
a
we're
whole.
coming back.
That was like a. Hang on. Stop everything. You're supposed to be playing Kurt's music coming back.
Oh. Oops.
We talked about this.
We did. And I just didn't feel like looking for it. Actually, wait a minute. Give me 2 seconds.
1, 2. He did not.
It's supposed to be a moment of silence for Jade Full. And we're back. Can't find it?
No. Might be able to find something.
Do you think you can isolate the audio of Amy saying, fuck my ass from this video?
That's tricky. Because it's so...
Yeah,
Well,
it's
there's
noisy.
a lot of wind going 75 miles an hour. If you can't tell by my face being pushed back.
Are you still looking?
Yep.
It's been way more than 2 seconds.
What is this? Oh, for fuck's sake. Forget it.
He's not listening anyway.
Sorry, Kurt. Def Ped's music. Yeah, I think I don't know. I can't find anything. It's all on my iPod, so.
Yeah.
And I think I have their music on the Mac, but not this computer, so.
Okay.
It's like a thing.
Well, all right.
Anyway.
Well, if you could find me some MP3s, I'll put it on the Tim Lapse.
Okay. I'll dig around. Actually.
It was definitely on this computer last week.
No, that was off my iPod. Oh, no. I found it online. Like, because I typed in a specific...
Ew, what was that? Stop it.
Stop it. Don't touch me.
Touch. Ah.
Hold on.
God damn it. No. No.
Ah.
I'm taking
That's
your
mine.
beer.
Here it is.
Yes.
This summer...
Nope. Oh, who's that?
This is boring, and we can't see what you're doing.
It's a fucking commercial, dick.
This is boring.
Let me get my motherfucking 40 in a fucking plastic cup.
It's the loud and obnoxious New York's new rockers. Straight shots of vodka, weed out the imposters. Weed me out in concerts, weed me out on sponsors. Weed me out in
video.
Weed me out in Cali medicine. I wake up in foreign lands, no pants in my hips and handcuffs.
If you listen to the music,
Yeah.
it's all Who Are You
Yeah.
by The Who, chopped up.
Only fuck with those that's nice. Those badass bitches get crazy and ruin lives. They threaten suicide if you refuse to comply. They throw your shit out windows when you walk out their lives. Feed American pie, full of culture and lies. We export better music and import at the child price. These Nikes are fly.
I think it's a good sound for the show. What do you think, Amy? You don't like it?
It's not that I don't like it.
It's not that I don't like it. I hate it.
The music video is really weird.
It's all cut from Tommy.
Tommy
from
and
The
I
Who?
think probably Quadrophenia.
I don't know what that is.
Those are other... The fucking Who, man.
Yeah.
They were great, but they should have reeled Pete Townsend in
Yeah,
a
he
little
was a
bit
little-
because he started
he was a
getting a
little
little
nuts.
crazy, especially with all the child pornography stuff.
I really don't think he's guilty of that.
Yeah, a lot of stuff came out after the fact that got buried in the news about how forward he was about the whole thing. But it just...
I don't know. I feel like his lawyer bringing it to the attention of the police kind of, throws a wrench in the whole thing,
Yeah.
Apparently he found stuff, called his lawyer, and said, like, hey, I found this stuff while I was researching, and, I don't want to get in trouble for it, blah, blah, blah. So his lawyer brought it to the police.
Yeah, because I don't...
We're talking about
I
like a
don't-
10-year-old story here.
I don't think that if he... Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still
No.
like he got off. No charges were pressed. They dropped the case and
Yeah,
everything
they completely
like that.
dropped the investigation. So
Did
I
you
think-
tell him we watched Creep Show too?
yes, we talked about it
Last week we
Oh,
talked about
sorry.
it.
didn't
It
get to
didn't
that,
hold
yeah.
up.
Sorry.
Yeah, the raft was the only good one.
I don't even remember what the fuck else was on that at all.
We just watched it last week, and I don't remember either.
Yeah.
What were the other ones? Right? Oh, there was the lady who hit the homeless guy, and he kept saying thanks for the ride, lady.
Yeah, and he wouldn't die.
What?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
kept running him over. He wouldn't die.
She was like a rich.
Oh
lady.
yes,
That's
yes.
the third
She
one.
was
But
cheating
what
on
was
her
the
husband.
first? What was the
remember that.
first one?
It was pretty good. It was better than the last one. I didn't like the one.
Oh, it was
but-
the wooden Indian.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah,
that
the
one.
statue, like,
wooden
comes
Indian
to
comes to life.
and avenges the store owners because they're killed by other.
They're killed by
an
what the
Indian.
fuck movie was he in? God damn it. The guy from Fight Club who goes, fucking pigs, they shot Bob. They shot him in the head.
Yes,
That guy.
Okay,
With
I
really
know.
He
long
plays a
hair.
Native American with a really bad wig
And no,
who
it's
thinks
not.
he's
We
going.
decided it wasn't a wig.
I
'cause
feel
we
like it
could
was
see
a
his
wig.
Scalp.
I feel like it was a wig.
You're a wig.
Just type in, find Creepshow 2 guy with hair. I don't know. Guy with
Native
hair.
American with long
But yeah,
hair.
it was that guy. He's like, they fucking shot Bob. They shot him in the head.
It looks like a bad wig, but that's what my
I-
hair looks.
I
That's
feel
what
like
my
it's a
hair
wig.
looks like on a humid day when you straighten
This
it.
guy.
Wow, he looks good.
Yeah, it was 20 years ago.
That's a goddamn wig.
That is not a
I
wig.
feel like it's a wig.
That is
not
a
a wig.
fucking wig.
Look, you can see his scalp right there.
It's not his scalp.
You're not his scalp.
That's just good makeup. Look how much makeup they have on his face. He's a grizzled motherfucker. They shot Bob. They shot him in the head.
But yeah, that's that guy, right?
Paint a portrait, build a house. Yeah, that guy. Creep show. I don't remember this whole.
That's the first one. And that's he scalps him.
Yeah, I just don't remember
Because
that
of
episode.
irony.
I remember the homeless guy. Thanks for the ride, lady. That
Yeah.
I do remember that, but
It just got to the point where you're like, when is this going to be over? Like, I'm tired of watching this now.
I did like the raft one.
The raft was good.
Even though
So,
you told me
yeah,
the ending.
guys, follow the link on our Facebook page and skip ahead to where I tell you to and only watch that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's in full HD on YouTube, so I don't know how long that's going to
The
last.
whole thing, right?
The whole movie.
Watch the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
Creep
So
show
that
thing.
means that somebody bought it on Blu-ray, ripped it to their computer, and put it up on YouTube. Like, why?
Because they're,
because they're nice.
They're a good human being.
Yeah.
They're solid character. But Kurt, this is kind of we talked about Creep Show 2, rollerblades, pizza, the Knicks. Last episode with Kurt, and when we were done, he was just like, dude, we didn't talk about anything that happened at all today. This was when the shootings were going on.
Yeah.
And the all that.
That's the Nice, the truck.
That
was after. That was
just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just like, man, I was kind of like geared up to get all political and shit and blah 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 about gun, because he wanted to talk to you about gun laws and and all that stuff. Also because he's like very
Anti-gun,
much anti-gun, like completely.
Yeah.
So it would have been an interesting conversation because you're not like a psychotic gun owner,
Yeah, I'm all for responsible, sensible gun laws.
He was all annoyed that we didn't talk about anything like, political or anything
come
like
back.
that.
We'll talk about guns.
And just it all comes back around. I wanted to talk. I texted you earlier in the week about when we should do the podcast because I had heard at about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night that Bernie Sanders finally broke down and endorsed Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
And I was so fucking mad that I actually lost sleep on it. Like I sat up in bed just fuming, pissed off. And I was like, can I hold this anger for the show? Can I hold on to it for that long? I couldn't. No. Because I thought about it.
Because honestly,
okay,
I didn't hear the statement. I have no idea because I stuck my head in the sand this whole fucking week.
He pretty
Literally.
much.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it because out of just anger, just the fact that he endorsed her
So let's watch
alone
it.
was enough.
It'll be the first I'm hearing of it, so let's just watch it.
All right, hang on a sec. It for some reason I didn't think it would affect me at all because I knew it was inevitable. Just
He's
the
only one that didn't know it was inevitable the last 4 months.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like what he did. He pulled her to the left, but he also may have cost her the election because of that. He should. I mean, if they were fucking smart, they should have said to him, "Hey, do you want to be vice president?" a long fucking time ago. Because if they did that, they could, as long as they spun it in the right way right from the beginning, it would have been fine.
Did they? This is a couple highlights from the Young Turks.
I'll show you what he said today.
Secretary Clinton has won the Democratic nominating process, and I congratulate her for that. She will be the Democratic nominee for president, and I intend to do everything I can to make certain she will be the next president of the United States. I have come here today not to talk about the past, but to focus on the future. I have come here to make it as clear as possible as to why I am endorsing Hillary Clinton and why she must become our next president.
So there you go. That's the gist of it.
So that was heavily edited, but that's okay because I think it got all the talking points. We're not going to watch a 20-minute speech.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he phrased it in a way that he can kind of save face.
No, it's not so much. I was mad at the fact that his whole campaign was ran on.
He was going to go to the end.
He was going to go to the end. He was just going to give you the big fuck you to the party the entire time.
Yeah.
And I was fine with that. I wanted that to happen. I wanted him to give the fuck you the entire time.
I wanted that until all the Republicans dropped out of the race and left Donald Trump as the presumptive nominee.
Yeah. Well, there's something weird going on there, too.
Yeah, the
We'll get
thing
into
is,
that in a
it's to the
second.
point now where it's like, okay, you had your fun. Stop fucking everybody now.
Yeah.
I get it. You made a point, but you're going to hurt her chances to beat a complete fucking asshole.
If you were voting for Bernie, if you were voting for Jill Stein, if you were if you're writing in Bernie, if you're writing in your vote for Bernie or you're voting for Jill Stein, it's just taking votes away from Hillary, which in turn gives votes, not gives them, but enhances the votes for Trump, and
because nobody's going to be writing in votes on the other side.
No, they're just going to vote for Trump because they're fine. They're like, all right, fine. It just, and again, on speaking from that, just imagining the mentality over there on that side of the fence, they looked at it the same way, some Democrats looked at Bernie Sanders. Radical and, he's fucked the system and everything, except they went with him. They went all in. There's a lot of people with Hillary. I mean, people can spout voter fraud and all that shit, but what's done is done.
But that's made up. That's not true.
Yeah. It's not. It's just, or not voter fraud, but voter suppression and all that. I don't think it's true. I think it's just everybody.
But even then,
everybody got swept up.
Forget about all of that. The Democratic Party could, at the beginning, say we do not support Bernie Sanders for president.
Right.
They can do. They're a private organization.
Right, we've talked.
Yeah,
about that,
if they say no, there's not going to be any debates because we want Hillary to win.
I
would have a little bit more respect for them for doing it, but
my main reason for being so angry was the fact that he caved, and he's not one to cave.
He shouldn't have. He should have been a little bit smarter about it, and he should have started to dial back. 100% of what happened to him is his fault. 100%. Had he dialed back the rhetoric and not been so anti-Hillary, none of that shit would have happened.
Yeah.
He probably would have been able to talk for a lot longer if he just said, look, I know I'm not going to win. I knew I wasn't going to win going in. I'm trying to pull her left. The Hillary campaign would have said, okay, how far left do we need to go to make you happy so that we can blah, blah, blah. It wouldn't have been that difficult. Dude, it's too late now, I think. But 6 months ago, had they said, hey, you dial back the rhetoric, in 3 months we'll announce you as the running mate.
And I don't know, he might still have a shot. Maybe that's why he's finally endorsing her. Like this is also what ran through my brain was maybe they approached him and finally were like, listen, motherfucker, you want to take it all the way? You want to lean her left? We'll give you the VP ticket if you endorse her today.
Yeah.
And he probably... If you're in his position, if you're trying to, this is kind of what started softening my anger toward the whole thing. If you're in his position and you have a chance to get into a position of power, even though you're not going to be president, but you still have a chance to get in there and be in her ear, possibly.
Yeah, and make a difference.
And make a difference.
And be the deciding vote in the Senate and the House. I mean, come on.
Do you take that, or do you stick to... I don't want to... do you stick to your guns about, how you feel about the system and everything like that? It's just... What bothered me the most about it was politics as usual.
Yeah.
Was it just... the fucking strategy thing. All these politicians, god damn it, they always find a fucking way to just fuck around with the system and get whatever they're... It just really bummed me the fuck out.
I get that. I get that, but you have to be pretty pragmatic about it and know that that's how it works and that's how it's always going to work and that's how it works in every system in the entire world.
But here's the thing. Before Bernie Sanders, and I know I'm sounding like, I'm just like tugging on his dick. I really fucking enjoyed the guy because I'm the type of person who says, burn it all down and let's start new because nothing we're doing is working, so we might as well fucking... I watched The Big Short last night. I'm fucking... I want to be an anarchist. I want to just annihilate everything.
You ever seen Boiler Room?
No.
Check out Boiler Room. It's got Giovanni Ribisi and Vin Diesel, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's pretty old, but it's basically the same movie.
Yeah.
Not really. This is more about the financial crisis of now. This was more about what was really happening with Wall Street in the late 90s leading up to what happened. So it's kind of an interesting precursor. I have not seen The Big Short, but I know what it's about.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. Brooke hated it because she hated it because she was in with all that financial shit because she's part of a nonprofit and she was going to school for nonprofit administration. She was fucking, elbow deep in all the shit that was going on.
So, just tell me if I have the correlation right. So, in Boiler Room, the whole point of this movie, and it's anybody who's seen the Leonardo DiCaprio movie. What the fuck's the name of it? The
Skulls.
No. No, the Wolf of Wall Street. They did kind of the same thing in that one. It's been a known thing when he was selling penny stocks.
Yeah.
At the beginning. That was kind of, you get on the phone, you sell somebody a stock, you make a commission, right? The thing is, you're an intermediary in the stock market. So what happened after what happened in Wolf of Wall Street was people go, okay, so if we sell somebody a stock at $1 a share, let's say, something pretty cheap, right? But by the time we get it, we buy it at $1 a share, but now it's only worth 66 cents a share, right? Because we have a day in between, we've sold it to this person. They give us $1. By the time we buy it, it's only worth 66 cents.
Right.
We just made 34 cents, right? Because we bought the stock, we gave it to him, and in that meantime, we just saved 34 cents. So you sell someone a stock that you know is going to tank.
Yeah.
Right?
See, that's
so that's what they were doing. They were selling people a stock. They'd take their money, they'd hold it for 3 days or whatever was in the contract, and then they'd buy it from the stock market afterwards, knowing that it was going to be less, and then keep the profit. That's called shorting a stock.
Yeah. Same thing with the housing market, but these guys found the trend. This is
Are we boring you?
This is all.
Amy's just drawing.
Just let her draw. Fuck it. If she wants to sulk in the corner, corner, she can. So, that made a interesting noise.
No more drawing. Participate in the conversation.
I don't.
Basically, three separate firms basically stumbled onto the fact that it's incredibly complicated. It's so complicated that I can't even repeat it because I understood it.
Yeah, don't, because I'm going to watch it.
I understood it when I was
watching it. And I'm sure
a
lot of people haven't seen it, and it just hit Netflix because it's like Oscar season's coming up or something, right?
No,
that's not till next year.
I don't
know. But anyway, Big Short is on Netflix now.
But in any case, if it gives you a good grasp on how the banks see when the housing market crashed and all that shit was going down with the banks going in, the bailouts and all that stuff. I didn't understand what was going on. I just knew that the banks were to blame for just basically falsifying mortgage records in a sense. That's what I thought at the time. But now I understand what they were doing. And they can explain it better in the movie. I'm not going to explain it because it's just I'm going to fuck it all up.
So as far as
they basically had a bunch of mortgages in piles.
Yeah.
And regardless of their actual rating, they were rating them as AAA rated
average.
mortgage. Not even average.
So
they
what
were
they
fucking straight up lying about it.
Yeah. So what they would do is they'd do all these mortgages.
Don't go nuts. Let everybody watch the fucking movie.
Well,
Let's not get
I
too
haven't
technical.
seen the movie.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying as far as the housing crisis is what?
I'm drawing right.
Oh, you're drawing right.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to.
Okay.
Keeps moving.
So basically, subprime mortgages were a big thing. You get all these mortgages. Basically, you change the rating system so that people seem like they can afford it when they fucking can't.
Right.
Then you package them all up in a big package with people who sure as shit can, and you label it based on a number that you've made up.
This is exactly it.
And then you sell it off to another company, and then that company is holding the bag when none of those people can pay their mortgage. And then all the people that could pay their mortgage before were also making money out of this system. So then when the thing started going down the shitter, those millionaires that are in there getting that rating up now can't pay the bill either. It's all fake. It's all made up. It's all pretend. It's a monopoly money.
It was an incredible movie just to watch, just to understand how fucked up the system was. And at the end, it's just like, and you know what happened next? The banks got broken up. Hundreds of CEOs went to jail and blah blah. And now there's all regulations in it. And then it like pauses, and it goes, "No, it didn't."
No.
And then it just the movie was really innovative because it broke that fourth wall. What I used to say, third wall.
That's not innovative, but
no, not innovative. It does it in a way where it's explaining everything to you. It breaks the fourth wall, and it's supposed to be funny, but it's also giving you. It's trying to keep all the information accurate at the same time, but they're also making a movie. It was weird, but it was really cool.
You've seen The Other Guys, right?
Yes.
With Will Ferrell and Marky Mark.
Yeah.
He's always going to be Marky Mark. That's his name. Anyway, like I didn't understand a Ponzi scheme until I watched that whole movie.
Right?
Yeah.
At the end?
Yeah, it was like there was like they did focus groups and people were like, I still don't understand what he did wrong. But they had finished the movie. They had finished the movie completely. And so they built like that infographic at the end so you'd understand what a Ponzi scheme is.
Yeah.
This does not look like Ryan. I need
Not
a pencil.
No, not really.
That looks like an Asian man.
No, it does not. Eyes are too big.
Anyway, I got tiny eyes. Is that what you're saying?
No, I said the eyes are too big to be Asian.
Oh.
So you have bigger eyes than an Asian
So you're a
person.
racist, is what you're saying.
No, I'm accurate.
Jesus Christ.
Put a touch of water in that gin, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A little bit?
No, I have water here. I just don't really want it. But now I am drinking Goose 4-star Pils.
How's that?
It's good.
Is it a Pilsner? Or is it just a trumped-up Pilsner?
No, it's slightly hoppy for a Pilsner, but it's good.
Good.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back to it, like we kind of went off on a tangent, but the Bernie thing, I finally came to terms with it. But now I have to make a decision. Do I fucking throw away my vote? Or do I fight against Trump?
You should vote for Hillary, even though she's definitely going to win in New York. But come on, man.
I really don't want to.
I understand that you don't want to, but you're stupid if you don't.
But you know what? On top of that, what was it? I think it was yesterday was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday morning when I found out about Mike Pence.
Don't know.
Donald Trump's VP. Listen to this shit. I don't know if this is. I didn't look it up, and I probably should have. But
he's announcing his VP already.
He already did.
Ooh, that doesn't bode well for him then.
Well, this is what I had heard, and I need to. I haven't done the research.
Announcing a VP before the convention is like Hail Mary.
Okay, I'm making Ryan a girl.
Okay, you're a girl now.
It wouldn't be the first time someone's called me that. Mike Pence. Hold on. I'm trying to find it because I saw something on Twitter, and Patton Oswalt is big in the politics and everything. He's very much a libtard, as they like to call them. I heard that Donald Trump formally announced. Here's from the New York Times. Mr. Trump stood there alone and talked for 28 minutes. Delivering a long and improvised riff that emulated his rallies instead of a traditional vice presidential debut. Looking away from his notes, he talked about Hillary Clinton, terrorism, his primary victories, his crushing of a Stop Trump movement, blah, 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 blah. After roughly 20 minutes, Mr. Trump reached for his notes. Back to Mike Pence, he declared. he used the reference to the Hoosier State to remind the 150 people in attendance that he had trounced Mr. Pence's endorsed candidate, Senator Ted Cruz. When Mr. Trump ultimately ceded the microphone to Mr. Pence, rather than stand beside him while he delivered his remarks, Mr. Trump patted him twice on the left shoulder and walked off stage.
I feel like that means that he didn't actually make the decision.
Hold on, let me find this.
Can you put it on the screen? Because this is terrible for me. Thank you. Thank you.
I had heard also that the music that they were playing was "You Can't Always Get What You Want" by the Rolling Stones, and that's what I'm trying to find in the article here.
I'd be amazed if that was true.
I'm just trying, like...
Wait, go back up. Go back up. We're different people, Mr. Trump. I'll give you an example. Hillary Clinton was a liar. Mr. Pence, after stopping to eat at a Chili's, flew back to Indiana. Like...
this guy Mike Pence is a class A fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
He's a as right wing as you can possibly fucking get, right winger dickbag. Like, he's all, doesn't believe in climate change, against gay rights. He's written.
That's not gonna. I mean, that's.
He's so far right, it's ridiculous. I can't believe that they went with him. So
wait, go back up. No, not that far. Trump referred to two men as the law and order candidates, adding that we're the law and order party. He said Pence looks good, and to be honest, part of the reason for Mr. Pence's selection was to unify the party. Wow.
Yeah. So this is this is an arranged marriage.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably good for us, but I mean, honestly, look at the polls. That's what I did. I didn't want to vote for Hillary either, and I didn't have to. That's what it came down to. I didn't have to vote for Hillary. Because if it came down to it, and I thought that there was a chance that Bernie Sanders was going to win in New York, I would have voted against him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was not the candidate that was going to beat Donald Trump. Sorry. Not going to happen. That is the simple logistics of it.
Yeah.
I also said that there was no way that they were ever going to give it to Trump. But this right here, this is to get, if I were to speculate, I would say the party said, you know what? Do you really want the nomination, or do you really want to fucking do you want to have us boot you out of the party, and then you run on a third party ticket, and then Hillary Clinton's going to be president, and you're never going to be able to run again? Do you want to do that, or you want to play ball? And he obviously is playing ball. And they said, we're going to put the most right-wing fucking piece of shit up there that everyone hates so that it will grenade the election.
You think the Republicans are doing this on purpose?
They fucking did it with Sarah Palin, too. Absolutely. It happens more often than you'd think. They put Sarah Palin in there to grenade the election so that the Democrats could inherit the financial crisis. Absolutely.
So what you're saying is
what they're saying is they want to be able to say,
do they see something coming? Is what I'm saying?
No, what I'm saying is they want to be able to say, hey, we told you guys Trump was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And what'll happen is this guy is going to get every liberal and every single person out there to vote against this crap. And they're going to lose, and then in 4 years, they've got a really good chance, because when Republicans lose the following election, they come out in droves. So that would just be I'm not a political strategist, but that's what I would do.
So they're basically betting on Hillary Clinton fucking everything up.
And it could also be a Hail Mary just to get the evangelicals that hate Trump out. So, because he's going to lose a good 10%, maybe more.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's been divorced 3 times. Just that. People are not going to vote for him because of that.
Man, I keep on...
So they figure if they put this guy in, it might not work, but it may work.
What I do is I use Airbnb as a good gauge, because we're constantly getting people in and out of our room staying with us, and we're communicating with strangers, just regular people. I'm here to tell you that 90% of people are fucking morons, like straight up stupid.
Yeah.
Like you're amazed that they even made it to your front door to check into the room. You're like, holy shit, you're actually here. How'd you do it? How did you do it? Please explain to me how you've made it this far in fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been using that as a gauge to find out how fucking dumb most people are. And most people are really fucking stupid. So I would imagine that a lot of people are overlooking a lot of things about Trump just because he's saying the right things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the fact that he's been divorced 3 times. They're ignoring that, or they're just not. They just don't know. You know.
He's all about the speeches.
When it
That's what it all comes down to. He gets numbers from his speeches. Like his campaign's already released stuff saying that, oh, of course we're not going to be able to build a wall. I mean, like we'd like to, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but people still think he's going to build a wall, though.
Yeah,
that's
because
what I'm
they're not
saying.
hearing that little part afterwards, and then later on, when people are like, "How come you haven't built the wall?" We're like, "Well, we looked at the numbers and it wasn't going to work. We told you that 2 years ago. Maybe you should have looked on page fucking 6 of the Post."
Yeah,
it's so fucking stupid. But in any case,
I
understand that you don't like Hillary. I don't particularly care for her either. I voted against her in the primary this time as well as last time, but this time it was simply because I would love to see Bernie Sanders as president, but it's not going to happen.
I was just bummed because
you know how it could happen if he were vice president and Hillary got killed or died or something.
Yeah.
But he's never going to get elected.
I was just bummed because it's the first time that I've actually paid attention hard to an election. Like when Obama was doing his thing, I really didn't give a shit. I was just like, oh my God, a young, charismatic black guy, he's going to win.
Yeah.
And I just shut off until election day. I stayed up. I saw that Pennsylvania was way ahead, and I was like, fuck it, he won. And I went to sleep, and then I got woken up by Brooke an hour later saying that he won. I was like, yeah, I know. And I went back to sleep. Like, I'm not, trying to toot my own horn.
We were living
here.
on College Avenue at that point, and
Yeah.
you could hear the cheers from Vassar all the way, like 2 miles away.
Yeah, I'm not trying to toot my own horn like I'm some sort of sage or whatever the fuck. But what I'm saying is, I wasn't ever excited for anybody until recently.
Yeah.
Again, because I'm of the burn it all down, build new type mentality. So it was a real fucking bummer, and I was like, I just remember being so fucking angry, like for a solid couple days. I was texting back and forth with Kurt, like, I can't fucking believe this. Fuck this bitch. I hate her. I hate him now. Fuck him too. I hope he dies in a plane crash.
Why do you hate her so much?
She doesn't seem genuine to me, like him. They couldn't find a goddamn thing on the guy.
Yeah.
Not a goddamn thing to speak against him. There was stuff here and there, but it was minor shit that just they couldn't even build anything against him.
No, I
know that. He sticks to his convictions. He might be a radical radical left winger.
I get that.
That's fine, but as long as he sticks to his fucking guns, I don't care if you're saying outlandish shit, as long as when you're saying outlandish shit, you're actually doing it.
Yeah.
That's fine to me.
Okay. I mean,
I can either agree with you.
I get that, but like Hillary Clinton, like you get the feeling from her, and that's a feeling that you get. But the only argument against Hillary Clinton at this point, I have two. Benghazi, big thing, whatever. Had anyone been in her position, that probably would have happened anyway. It just would have. And the thing is, that's like saying, well, you've been in 7 car accidents in your life, and the other candidate has never had a driver's license.
Yeah.
He wasn't Secretary of State, so of course Benghazi was not his fault. You can't make those comparisons. You just can't. So throw that out the window. My big problem with her seeing her as a cookie-cutter politician is they moved to New York to gain political power. She moved to New York to become a New York senator because that lined her up to become a presidential nominee. Had they stayed back home in the South and she was a senator and did great things, whatever, she never would have been a candidate. She never would have been Secretary of State. It's because she moved to New York 8 years later, she ran for president, and then 8 years after that, she's running for president again.
Everything is just so calculated,
Yeah.
and it freaks me out because somebody once told me you'd have to be a sociopath to want that position.
Yeah.
You'd have there needs to be something wrong with you to want that position of power.
There was a short story where they only gave the presidency to someone who didn't want it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Who the fuck wrote that?
I don't know.
I gotta find it because I use it as an example sometimes where it's like you can only leave office once you've done a good job.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Wow.
I gotta look it up. It's a short story I read in high school.
Okay.
But they would take someone who the government would find someone who they felt was competent. There was like a whole board of whoever that would bring a bunch of candidates and they would just pick someone out of the population. And one stipulation was that they had to not be a person that wanted to do it. And they weren't allowed to leave the presidency until they did a good job.
That's psychotic.
But it would work.
I think so.
Could you imagine if you took the CEO from some fucking company that does really well and said, "You're the president now. Can't leave until we're happy with you."
It would fucking kill most
Yeah.
people, I would think.
Yeah.
They'd put a fucking gun in their mouth. The stress alone.
Yeah.
But, that's what drove me nuts. Like, there's two types of politicians. There's people who are just looking for the next rung and people who actually want to do something.
Yeah.
And every time I make a turn, it's always it's always the former. It's
She's
always
just a distraction to the show today.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're just a distraction.
You're not adding anything.
I have nothing to add about politics.
Who are you voting for?
I already voted and they dropped out or lost or whatever.
Kasich.
Huh?
No, you voted for Sanders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna vote for Hillary now or Trump?
Not Trump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know
It doesn't matter who's running against him. It's going to be not Trump.
What's scaring the shit out of me is there's people saying I'm writing in Bernie Sanders. There, Jill Stein just read. I saw an article. I didn't read it. I just saw it. 999% increase in donations, in campaign donations to her.
Yeah,
that's another thing. Billions of fucking dollars.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars just getting thrown at fucking ads for these cocksuckers.
It would be so much better if they just said no more campaign financing. Not campaign finance reform. No
None.
more. None. No more money at all. You can raise up to a certain amount, let's say, for travel. $1 million.
Mhm.
You seriously, if I had $1 million, I could travel to every state in the country 5 times over in a campaign cycle.
You think so?
$1 million.
I want you to crunch the numbers. I want you to bring me back a full report now.
Oh my God.
How about you just do it old school and do it on a fucking bus? I don't give a shit about them. So let's say you can raise $100 million.
How about horseback?
Let's say you can raise
I could do
$100
it.
million. $100 million can get you and all your people around the country 10 times over.
Uh-huh.
Right? You could have a private jet do it for $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for fucking $10 billion campaigns. There's no reason for that. So you don't get to run ads. No one gets to run ads. There you go. Level the playing field. You get to talk to people on the news for no money.
Yep.
The news is already legally required to give the same amount of time to each candidate. They are. So why can't you just fucking make it illegal? Just make it all illegal.
It's amazing. It really is kind of
The worst thing to happen to our country was that goddamn corporations have opinions.
Yeah. Corporations are people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway.
Sorry to bring the show down.
I don't want to rant about
We're talking about
politics anymore.
summer
We're just-
fun
we're
and
just-
then politics.
We're just yelling and agreeing with each other, and we got to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Bernie Sanders should have fucking flipped a while ago. It would have been better for his political career. It would have been better for everyone. But
All I'm trying to say is I just, I got bummed out because I finally got swept up in the whole thing, and I actually gave a goddamn, and then now, what was it all for? What's it all mean?
You can only go so far. She's
Yep.
leaving.
I'm going to hang myself in my garage. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, no, I put my mic on Ryan's face.
I have no...
It doesn't look like you at all. You're just
Yeah.
my reference.
Well, come back
cool,
next
though.
time. You can work on it in silence again. So, yeah. But where are we here? 138.
Oh, did you hear about the Noah's Ark thing? Bill Nye, the science guy, visited it.
I heard about it.
yeah.
I didn't read it.
Yeah,
into
they have exhibits inside with cages with 2 dinosaurs in there, a male and a female, and then a whole bunch of other dinosaurs. And Bill Nye is like, I have nothing against religion, aside from the fact that they're lying to people. He's
Well,
like,
how much did it cost to build that stupid fucking thing?
I guess the big debate started off as state money. I think it's in Arkansas. It's in the same wherever that Creationism Museum is. But like the whole thing was the state gave them a certain amount of tax breaks, but it wasn't because they were like they would do the same thing for a theme park. So that thing kind of fizzled out pretty quick because it is giving the state revenue. They're paying taxes on it. But Bill Nye he went and visited it, and they're saying, oh, all these people are coming, and everybody's all excited about it. And when Bill Nye went there, the parking lot was like a quarter full, and it was like nothing. But yeah, they have cages inside with fake dinosaurs that supposedly lived amongst people, and they got everything on that ark. But it's the largest wooden structure ever constructed.
Super.
Whoop-de-doo.
To date, around $24 million has been raised in donations. When was this? Hold on a second. I'm trying to find.
I saw it on the Facebook.
First phase of the project required $94 million. Oh,
They were originally it was gonna be a zoo. They were originally gonna have actual animals inside there.
Jesus.
Yeah. They
No
threw,
pun
they
intended.
They threw that out the window pretty quick.
Yeah, goddamn.
When they realized that it was going to cost 20 times a year to run, and it would be very inhumane to keep animals inside in a little cell.
Whatever. Like, there was a meme going around with, some fucking outrageous number about how much it cost to build the fucking thing and how much of that money would it take to give a homeless person a house and a car. And it was like,
but you can't make that. It's a profit-making thing.
I know,
mean,
but the thing is, that's the whole fucking Christian foundation
yeah, exactly.
is about
I get that.
helping the less fortunate. And
But
meanwhile, they're
this guy's
spending money
yeah.
on building this thing,
Yeah.
a museum in fucking Kentucky. No one goes to Kentucky except for the horse races, and they fly out with their big hats and then they fly home.
Derby?
They don't stay there. See? Summer fun into anger. You want to talk about Pokemon Go?
No.
Amy doesn't.
Fuck no. They're ruining all the memes.
That's the only reason. It's because it's annoying around the internet.
Nah.
Casey Neistat did a video about how everyone in New York City is playing Pokemon Go. And it's just like people are walking into traffic. And apparently one of the biggest things is Best Buy. Their uptick in like travel chargers, like the battery packs, has gone up like 300%.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Just
because people are just like this all the time, and they got a cord to a little fucking battery in their pocket.
This is a crash from upstate New York.
Pokemon Go.
Guy doing Pokemon Go. Look at that.
Jesus Christ!
Can't believe the motherfucker's not dead.
So stupid.
Free of injuries. What kind of car is that?
Yeah,
I want that as my next car, because that motherfucker should be
Are there
dead.
any more pictures?
He should be dead.
Are there any more photos?
That's it. That's the only photo of the scene.
It's an SUV.
I don't know what it is. I can't even tell if it's a car or a truck.
It looks like it's a Honda. Looks like a CRV or something.
This is a Honda. Yeah. How dare you?
No, this is an 81 Honda. How dare you?
How dare you?
What an amazing line in such a shit movie. It was in Auburn. That's like way upstate. People are like the Holocaust Museum had to tell people to stop
playing Pokemon Go.
Playing Pokemon on their grounds.
Jesus Christ.
People are fucking insane. This is what I'm talking about.
I saw a thing on the Chive. They put up a sign in a cemetery. It says no Pokemon Go here.
Yeah. People are walking around graveyards trying to, I mean, like, it's a graveyard. I mean, you go, who hasn't gone into a graveyard like late at night just to be spooky? I've done that before, but yeah, it's a little disrespectful. But my thing is, now there are memes popping up.
My thing is Pokemon is stupid.
It was stupid when we were kids. We were just too old to figure it out when it first, not to figure it out.
No,
but to,
I always thought it was stupid. I thought it was stupid from day one.
When
I
it was
made
on
fun of my brother
Game
for
Boy.
playing it. I mean, I never got it.
This is how much
it's a fucking RPG. I never got RPGs anyway.
This is how much of a savage my fucking brother was, like, in the early days. My cousin, Alan, loved playing Pokemon. He was on his, like, Game Boy or whatever. I think it was Game Boy at the time. Played Pokemon,
But even
that's when they
later
had...
on. Pokemon started as cards.
Yeah. Pokemon Red, Blue, Gold, Silver, all
I don't
those.
even know
Like,
that
there were
much
different
about
cartridges. The different... You can catch them all. My brother was staying with my grandmother at the same time. My cousin Alan was staying with my grandmother. He was playing Pokemon on Game Boy, and what Game Boy is, those games you had to find a save point within the game to save your progress.
Mm-hmm.
Alan was sitting on the couch. Kyle was sitting there. They must have been early teens. Grandmother calls Alan to dinner. Alan, dinner's ready. Okay. He's still sitting there playing the game. Kyle's looking at him. Grandma said it's time for dinner. He's like, yeah, I know. Hang on. This motherfucker stands up, walks over to Alan, walks over to his Game Boy. He stands over him for just a little bit. Just enough to, like, look at him for enough time to soak it all in. Reaches down and turns off the fucking game in mid-game. That fucking kid lost his mind. Ran off to the fucking room and crying and slammed the door, crying in his room. Kyle sat down, ate dinner. Like nothing ever happened. He's a savage. Could you imagine?
The memes that I'm really enjoying are like the ones making fun of it. Like, there's one guy, he had a Game Boy and then had like an old Samsung flip phone fucking duct taped to it. And it's like, I found a Pikachu.
We were too young to get it back then. We're too old to get it. Or I'm sorry, we're too old back then.
I was saying this before this Pokemon Go thing happened. Like, people are playing on the Nintendo DS. Like, there's a new game. And then it wasn't until they did like an app that people like went nuts over. I wonder if you got to pay for it.
Do you have to pay for it? Amy,
I'm sure
do
you're
you
gonna have to pay for it.
I don't have it, and I never played Pokemon, so.
You're about the age where we were a little younger than that when it first came out.
We were about 14 or 15. So
Were you that young?
Yeah, Matthew was like 10 or 11. He was crazy about it.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Fucked up
We were slightly too old for it when it first came out, but now that it's on a phone, people in their 30s are fucking playing it.
Yeah, people that probably shit on it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. I'm not trying to be a hipster. I'm just saying I didn't get it then, I don't get it now.
Yeah. You should watch Casey Neistat's video. It's pretty funny. Like, he just walks around in a park.
How long's it been out for?
Like, anyone on their phone.
Couple weeks?
Anyone on their phone. He's
Not
like,
even.
"Are you playing Pokemon?" They're like, "Yeah." "Are you playing Pokemon?" "Yeah." "Are you playing Pokemon?" Like, just walking. He's like, "I ran into 108 people in the last 20 minutes that are playing Pokemon."
In a matter of 2 weeks, it went from holy shit, this is the greatest thing, people making fun of it, now it's fucking lame. And it's a joke. It was like
People are
Candy
still
Crush.
playing it,
I got into the whole Candy Crush thing.
I remember you posting, "No, I don't fucking want to play Candy Crush, you goddamn pieces of shit," on Facebook, and then 6 months later you're playing Candy Crush.
Yeah. I had to delete any and all games off my phone. Clash of Clans, I used to play that. I had to delete it because they're just time wasters. You're doing nothing.
Just do it while you poop.
I can't because if I have it, I'm gonna play it. I have a
You will
cross.
sit on the toilet and get ring around your butt.
Well, I'll get like really interested in a game and then be done with it. Until, like that Walking Dead game. I was like crazy all the time playing it for like 2 weeks, and then I was done with it.
Yeah, I have a crossword puzzle app on my phone. That's what I have because I need something boring enough to stop doing it immediately, or I'm just going to be on my phone the whole fucking time. I'm on my phone enough as it is. It's bad. I have that fucking, for some reason, technology. I get very addicted to it very quickly. A game like Pokemon Go, I'd be on that all the time. I got to get them. I got to get them all. I got to level up to the highest level possible so I can kill everybody. For what?
Well, it's like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, you were like, I wasn't even having fun with it anymore.
Yeah. I was just trying to prestige for the 5th time. Who gives a fuck?
I never made it past level 30.
I prestiged twice and went, this is pointless. There's nothing left. And that's why I finally pulled the plug on it. Candy Crush.
Speaking of pulling the plug, let's get the fuck out of here. I have to pee.
We've been ranting for the whole time, haven't we?
Yeah.
At least we brought Amy back into the show with her hatred for Pokemon. I hate it too.
It's
I know.
ruined. I go on Facebook to look at memes. Now all the memes that are on there are fucking Pokemon.
It's ruined
Go.
Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, Pokemon Go's ruined Facebook.
Oh yeah, well.
Where's the irony? Irony in that fucking thing, right?
Your face.
All right, so plugs.
That's all I got.
Please.
What about our company?
Oh yeah, Track 7 Studios.
Bad company.
Track7studios.com.
It's not a bad company.
How we will photography anything.
Good company.
I said, what about our company? Where'd you get bad company?
Till the day I die.
Anyway, shut up. Hudson Valley Transmitter.
Yeah, check them out.
Check them out on the Instagram. It's Hudson_Valley_transmitter, which I found out that's the only way to put a space on Instagram.
Underscore?
Yeah. So it's Hudson Valley Transmitter. It's underscores instead of spaces. We are Track 7 Studios. Spell it out with underscores instead of spaces. So Track_7_Studios now. Tons of cool aerial videos of the beach.
Also, our friends at Hudson Valley Tattoo Company. They'll tattoo the shit out of you. Mike Shushmanian, who is part owner over there, he posted something on his Facebook wall that was really interesting.
About the fading tattoos?
Those super portrait, beautiful tattoos, when they take a picture of them, how great they look.
They're
and
bloody.
Yep.
No. Just they're covered in Vaseline or whatever the hell, and they're glistening, and they're super saturated, and then month down the line when they're finally settled in and they're starting to fade, how fucking bad they look.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can't get shading and colors like that without Vaseline.
They went from an absolutely drop dead beautiful tattoo to a tattoo that was kind of meh. So that was eye opening. So anyway, next week, kids. I don't know. Are we doing Friday again? I think we're probably doing Friday.
Yeah. Go back to that.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. That's because you know better than I do what my schedule is.
We got to figure out who to bring back on.
I had someone take a picture of the schedule at work. I didn't even know what time I'm working tomorrow.
Oh,
I just know I am working
check
tomorrow.
that out.
Yeah.
We got to get somebody. You got anybody in mind?
Lowell. I could reach out to him. He's not doing much.
I'm thinking about titling this show "Get a Manakin," but spelled improperly.
What about I'm not gay, but $20 is $20?
Somebody already wrote that.
All right.
Yeah, but I picked it out with love at a shop on the boardwalk.
I say get a mannequin.
You lose.
Whatever.
You lose. All right, kids. Till next week. Thanks for.
Did you see I drew a dick under your laptop? I made you look.
I think you did already once.
Oh, I did? Never mind.
I just erased it. Tired of looking at dicks.
Yeah, you do too much porn with that.
All right. Next week.
Goodbye.
Maybe guest?